difference, and this here may be tough to you. Snack cake to me, yeah, more hostess. This been overdue forever. Asked me when it was dropping, said never. Should've made you cut the feta, but I designed it Freemason Margiela.
What's good, Shellitronnn here, the most woke, no joking, I'm back again with a brand new video. And won't bluff, the fourth day of the Panthers 2018 training camp went great. And by great, after losing your starting right tackle, I mean, great right now means a good practice where you see a little bit of improvement and players starting to come into their own with no injuries. Now, before I get to the specifics of what happened today, I want to give a little quick update on what happened to Daryl Williams, in case you don't really follow anyone from the Panthers organization. He had a torn MCL and a knee dislocation. I thought it was a patella, but I mean, it's a knee dislocation. And from what I read yesterday, apparently they're going to try to see how it works out and how it goes, going the non-surgery route. I'm not a doctor, but from what I've read, those usually are like about 6 to 8 weeks of recovery time. So I'll probably give about 3 months until he's like 100% ready to go again. If it's that, and if it doesn't need surgery, which fingers crossed, if it's a 3 month or a 2.5 months recovery, that works perfect. I think Moton, which I think I've been pronouncing wrong this whole time, if Taylor Moton can work out well for the beginning part of the season, and we can see what our O-line looks like, I mean, having one guy produce and then bringing back a Pro Bowl, All-Pro type of right tackle can't hurt. Let's say Pro Bowl, All-Pro right tackle, man, could not hurt. That aside, we're going to go ahead and look at some of these highlights of the practice and then get into like the big stories that happened today. So we'll go down real quick, man. We'll look at this first highlight here that Bill Voth tweeted, showing DJ Moore versus James Bradbury on a one-on-one drill. See a quick little fade route here from DJ Moore. Looks beat, comes back, and Bradbury puts a hand up. Now, what I notice here is, does James Bradbury get his head turned around on this? He does. That's what I like to see a lot. I like to see that because, you know, sometimes you can just watch the receiver's eyes and you can just see what they're doing. They're going to call those pass interferences if you don't get your head around as a member of the secondary. And it's really good to see he watches DJ Moore's eyes, sees when the ball's coming, anticipates, turns his head, gets his body in the way, puts his arm in the way, and makes a stop there. Another 100% effort highlight here is Matt Kalil going against Mario Addison. You'll see the offense is in blue, defense is in white. Really good. Hey, this is some really good blocking from Matt Kalil. I like to see that. He gets a little spin move from Mario Addison, and as someone who got 11, if he can block someone out who got 11 sacks last year, I mean, this is just practice, but look, this is a really good showing from my man Matt Kalil here. So I'm actually very excited to see what exactly Matt Kalil does for us in a full speed game this year, and is he going to be back to his earlier days of high production at the left tackle spot. This next play is more offensive line, defensive line drills, which may sound boring to some people, but if you're a Panthers fan, you know our biggest concern is no longer the secondary. I thought going to the season to be the secondary, but nah, it's that O-line, and we definitely want to see what's going on in the O-line. I think this is Dontari Poe, Wes Horton, Trai Turner, and Taylor Moton. Let's watch this real quick. Who wins this battle, O or D? Yeah, looks like we're holding up. Looks like Trai Turner and Taylor Moton are doing some really good work here. I see power rush. I don't see any swims. I don't see any spin moves coming. These are all power rush. So it's really good to see that. I don't really know exactly who the big straight up power rush guys are in our division. I'm not gonna pretend I know what everyone's real strategy and technique is on the Falcons, Saints, and Bucks D-line. But seeing them hold up against power rush like this, really good. I like that a lot. Bill Ball tweeted that Jackson and Golden started again on the first 11-on-11 drill of the day. And I read that Ron Rivera has been doing a trial by fire type of approach with Rashawn Golden by throwing him in there early and often and just seeing how he reacts to being thrown in the fire. Like and guys are going to beat you. You're going to have the opportunity to beat guys, but how do you react to getting beaten? And how do you react to being successful against guys? Like, does your head get big? Do you like just go through, make sure you work hard the next play? Also, how consistent are you? You may make a mistake the next one play, but can you come back and bounce back? And when you're successful on a play and get a deflection or a defense or, get a coverage sack, as they call it, can you come back the next play and do it? How about the next play and do it? So consistency and how people react to success and failure, I think, are really good things to look forward to and look at, especially a rookie. Coming into their first season, third round pick, you want to see what they're made of. And I think this trial by fire, high reps type of approach is a really good idea for Coach Rivera to put Rashawn Golden in. Jordan Rodriguez says that Shellitronnn draws praise from his teammates on the first snap for run blocks, run stop drill. Then gets chewed up by Ron Rivera on the next. Rivera said yesterday that he is looking for consistency as the main quality at the position. Oh, this is why I read it then. So he wasn't talking about the defense, but I think that this applies to anywhere. Now on this next tweet from Jordan, she says that Gilbert gets picked by Parms, then almost gets picked again by Cole Luke, who can't quite hang on to it. Look, Gilbert, you're going to have a rough time if Cam gets injured. So this is not good news for me. Other than seeing that Cole Luke's been having a pretty solid, quietly having a pretty solid camp so far. He's a name that doesn't get really a lot of mentions, but I've been reading that he's been doing pretty well this camp. But Gilbert, man, we need to see some. I need to see a little something from you. I heard you got a cannon, which is cool, but I need to see some crispy ones. Look, this next play that we see from tweeted by Max Hinton from Devin Funchess gets the better of Kevin Seymour on a deep ball. Yeah, this is one you probably have all seen. But watch this. Look at Devin Funchess. Yaga. Did he do what I think he did? Hold up. Run it back. Run it back one time for the one time. This man ain't catch that with one hand, did he? He ain't catch it with one hand, did he? He did. All right, man. But the thing is, if you're just watching this video, you're thinking to yourself, oh, that was dope. But that's only one part of a few things you have to notice about this video right here. You'll see that, and stop. From the very start of the route, Devin Funchess gets separation from Kevin Seymour, and he never loses that separation. Seymour never can catch up with Devin Funchess. And honestly, does he need to catch that with one hand? Probably not, but it's still a nice looking catch. You'll just see it right here, watch it again. One move, out of the way. Watch this move. One move, he's gone free. And that pass is on the money. And the third thing you notice about this video here is not in the route, is not in the one-on-one. It's right here with Cam. Watch Cam. Is that not a perfect pass? Just look at the pass. Don't watch the ball. Look, throwing off his front leg, having a pretty clean follow through with his arm, and it's ahead of his target. That's called progress. And we're gonna see. I think we're gonna see a really good, really accurate Cam Newton this year. And just from this video alone, I'm seeing a lot of things that I really do like. And this last week from Max Hinton saying that Coach Rivera has been really proud of what he's been seeing from Rashawn Golden, saying that he started off OTAs and minicamp kind of slowly, but since then has came to his own and seen a lot of really good progression out of him. So that's really good. His game isn't just about physical prowess. It's about like your mental ability to process. So that's a really good philosophy to have as a coach to see, look, if you have it in your head, we can work on your body. But if you have it in your body but not in your head, we have to work a little bit harder for that. And the last thing I want to talk about today is this story here from the training camp observations page, written by Max Hinton, which I did notice that they put the author of the article in today. I'm being petty. It's not a big deal, honestly. I don't really care. But this story right here, the blitz pickup drill, heavily favored the defense on today. Denora Cersei, used a swim move to get past Greg Olsen. Okay, it was Greg Olsen. Wait, did I say that Denora Cersei used a swim move on Luke Kuechly earlier? Yeah, that was definitely a mistake. Mike Adams and Cole Luke were pretty successful against Vanderline and Ian Thomas. That's really good to see. But then I noticed that there was, you notice that there's not a mention of Luke Kuechly here. Luke has his own story here about what he thinks he needs to improve on the most. And he says pass rush is what he needs to work on the most. He says that there's a chart here that shows him versus Thomas Davis Sr.'s sack numbers per season. He was one down in 2017, half of a sack down in 2016, 4.5 down, 2050. You can see the numbers. He's averaging about being, what, 1 sack lower than Thomas Davis every year. Maybe 1.5 sacks lower because of this 4-sack year. This isn't really a big issue for me. Luke Kuechly does so many other things borderline perfectly, playing the run, going back in coverage, reading the offense and countering the plays, countering the quarterback's counter of going to an audible. It'd be cool if Luke could pass rush a little better, but is it a necessity? Would I rather have Luke playing zone out there in the middle of the field, or would I rather have him blitzing? I'm cool with this man Luke being playing some zone and being out in coverage more than I am with him blitzing. I'd rather send the nickel out there to blitz, if we're being honest, maybe even a safety blitz. But I mean, it's really good that Luke is still critical of himself. Even though he's a really good player and he's one of the best, in my opinion, he's the best middle linebacker in the game right now. But seeing him still be critical of himself and seeing room to grow and improve really does show me that he's a pro's pro. But even more important than what he says about himself, what he has, all this positive he says about these other players, these younger guys in the team, really make me feel a lot better about those guys even more. He says that Dante Jackson he's fast, he can run, he's quick. He mentions the linebackers Andre Smith and Jermaine Carter. Like I said earlier, he said they're smart, they understand football, and I think schematics and football intelligence-wise might be the best group they've had in a long time. He says that sometimes you get a group of guys who might have speed, might be athletic, he can hit and he can run, but don't know what they're really doing. They're kind of a step behind. We like to focus on strength and speed a lot. Being able to have a mind for the game is a really invaluable skill to have, especially as a younger guy moving forward. And if you have that mental ability as a younger player, you're only going to get better when you get older. So, I mean, you'll be at a step ahead of some of these other players who have to rely on physicality and their body early on. See Dez Bryant. Shaq Thompson's versatility. We all know that Shaq Thompson is a young GOAT in the making. Luke says that he can play all 4 positions back there, inside, outside, the Will, the Sam. So I think that Shaq Thompson is going to show us a lot. He says that he doesn't think that Shaq is underappreciated because everyone knows Shaq has those abilities and he will get work done. I think that this is a really great year for us. I'm actually, even though Darrell Williams did get injured, I'm actually still pretty optimistic about this year. I'm seeing a lot of good things in camp. This is going to be a longer video, but I really do like what I'm seeing. These words from Luke Kuechly are way bigger and way stronger than any observation, any tweak could really be. And just seeing the hard work we're getting in these one-on-one secondary versus receiver drills and these pass block or these blocking and rush drills, I'm seeing a lot of things that I really do like. But what are your thoughts, man? After seeing this stuff, reading this stuff on day 4 of the Carolina Panthers training camp, what are you thinking about the Panthers this year? Are you still worried about the O-line? Are you more worried about the secondary? Let me know in the comments below. And you already know to do that like button.
Cheers to you, appreciate the chance. Being told y'all I been the man. Being told y'all I had the gift. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Real ones gonna recommend. Count this as another win.